Well, it looks like they will try anything, whether it's executive orders or a legislature meeting in the middle of the night and passing a bill that no one has read, or Rahm Emanuel using semantic tricks to keep people out of the debate, to change the terms of the debate. Another thing that they're willing to use is their connections in crony capitalism, putting pressure on businesses that they can punish or reward. And along those lines, Walmart, it looks like now, is forbidding new ammunition orders from their managers. A message posted on the Daily Sheeple website read, "I've read various postings on message boards claiming local Walmart managers told customers they are no longer permitted to reorder ammo and inventory. I can confirm that this is true. I went to Walmart today in our town to buy ammo, and the case was almost empty. I asked the store manager when new supplies would arrive, and he said corporate headquarters notified all local managers that we cannot order any more ammo until further notice." Well, that's contradicted by management. Management says that they are not putting a restriction on ordering new ammunition, but that local manager candidly said that they were. Now here locally, Travis County, as well as the city of Austin, both have been talking about banning gun shows in this area and trying to find some way to do that. Travis County commissioners unanimously voted Tuesday to reverse course on a proposal that would have banned gun shows from county facilities. Now, a lot of people pushed back on this, including the Attorney General of Texas, Texas Attorney General Greg Abbott. So it looks like they're not going to be able to do that. They've backed down at the county level, and it still remains to be seen if the people at the city level are going to be wise enough not to try to pull something like that. We have one of our last gun stories here. We've got an update on Piers Morgan and his guest calling for threats on Alex Jones's life.
Melissa Melton reporting for InfoWars Nightly News. Last week, Alex Jones appeared on the Piers Morgan show on CNN to discuss his views on gun control. The following night, Piers decided to host a panel regarding Alex's appearance, and he had on Daily Beast sports columnist Buzz Bissinger, Huffington Post Abby Huntsman, and lawyer Gloria Allred. And Mr. Bissinger made what can only be described as a threat against Alex's life. Let's take a look at this clip.
It is pathetic. It is ridiculous that you are allowed, I don't care what the justification is, that you are allowed in this country to own a semi-automatic weapon, much less a handgun. But what do you need a semi-automatic weapon for? The only reason I think you need it is, Piers, challenge Alex Jones to a boxing match, show up with a semi-automatic that you got legally, and pop him.
I'd love to see that. In uniform.
I'll borrow my brother's uniform.
Now, as you saw in that clip, Bissinger tells Morgan the only reason he would need a semi-automatic gun is to, quote, pop Alex Jones, to which they all laugh, and Abby Huntsman actually says, "I'd love to see that," and Morgan even says he would borrow his brother's uniform. And this isn't the only time during that television show that a threat was made on Alex. Earlier in the show, one of Piers' guests also made the comment that he hoped Alex's children would not be killed.
I don't want Alex Jones to get the phone call at 3 o'clock in the morning that one of his children have been shot and killed by somebody who shouldn't have a handgun or a rifle.
This kind of talk from supposedly anti-gun activists is abhorrent. They're making a threat on national television to shoot and possibly murder someone. And it's no joke either. As you'll see in this next clip, private investigator Doug Hagman came on the Alex Jones show just a few weeks ago and talked about how he has an inside source in the Department of Homeland Security, and that the DHS is actually keeping a list of pro-gun activists and political activists who will be taken out.
Anyone reporting on journalism, speaking out against government policies, anyone who protests anything that is antithetical to this regime will be shut up and censored, if you will. And not only that, but according to my source, put on a list, if you will, because when the money supply, or when the economy collapses, when the dollar collapses, when we can no longer buy anything, and the riots break out, the very first people to go, according to my source, the very first people to be rounded up, the very first targets, if you will, on the radar of this regime are the people that are speaking the truth about what's taking place.
On Hagman's site, he relayed in detail that there are lists of political dissidents maintained by DHS, and vocal opponents of the politics of the global elite, the bankers, and the opponents of anything standing in their way, well, they are on the top of the list to be, quote, handled. In the days following that broadcast, news broke that Keith Ratliff, a man behind FPS Russia, a gun show on YouTube that made the channel one of the top 10 most popular on the entire site, was tied to a chair and shot execution style in the back of the head. Then John Noveski of Noveski Rifle Works, a gun manufacturer known for his AR-15s, was mysteriously killed in a car crash just days after he posted a list on Facebook linking mass shootings and horrible acts of murder and suicide to antipsychotic medications. In the wake of these threats against Alex on the Piers Morgan show, it would seem Twitter fans picked up Pierce's sentiment and also threatened to shoot Alex. One Twitterer wrote, "I hope Alex Jones gets taken by terrorists who shoot his arms and legs off, starting at the fingers and toes, and work their way up." Another, "For the first time I see a good reason for guns in the USA. Alex Jones, someone please shoot this Muppet. I wish somebody would shoot this Alex Jones guy in the face." And then another responded, "Please and thank you." As the system ratchets up this war on our Second Amendment rights, we are seeing some unprecedented attacks against pro-gun activists and political activists who are just trying to fight for our freedom. Are we going to see another false flag next? Are we going to see another mass shooting, another Oklahoma City, another systematic takeout of a group like we did in Waco? Well, Doug Hagman left us with this chilling warning.
By the way, Alex, according to my DHS source, expect more. Expect at least one more incident to really solidify in the minds of people that these big bad assault rifles, a misnomer to be sure, are not to be in the hands of the American people.
For InfoWars Nightly News, I'm Melissa Melton.